What's up, guys? It's your girl Babs Money here with another episode of Dragatha Christie's Unsolved Mysteries. Yes! Are y'all ready for today? I don't know if you are, Miss Thing. So, today's look is inspired by two things. First of all, the nature of this case. Second of all, another one of my favorite La Mas Draga alumni, Zorro Nasty. This was inspired by the face that she did for the runway theme Dia de los Muertos, and I absolutely love it. I love these little dangles. I feel muy cant. La más pera. So without further ado, today we will be discussing the case of the Bladenboro fire poltergeist in Bladenboro, North Carolina that occurred between January 30th and February 1st of 1932. This case is definitely a unique one, particularly due to the fact that it has been told and retold so many times that it is nearly impossible to separate fact from fiction, which makes it really difficult for a bitch like me who's just trying to get all the tea so that I can tell y'all, the viewers, what happened. What's the tea, Christine? There are a lot of things that are conjecture, speculation, embellishment, exaggeration, conflama. See, that's what happens when you talk too much without knowing what the hell you're talking about. Years later, you got a drag queen here trying to figure out what the hell happened in your damn farmhouse, and I can't figure it out because you hoes don't know how to quit telling stories and gossiping. Let's get into it. My finger's cracked. Help. My finger's cracked. Help her out. Speaking of fire, baby, you know what time it is. Over 50 years before Freddy Krueger terrified moviegoers, a small family in Bladenboro, North Carolina, experienced a real nightmare on Elm Street. Sitting just south of Fayetteville and northwest of the coastal city of Wilmington is the small rural town of Bladenboro, North Carolina, with a population of less than 2,000 people. This is one of those many areas of North Carolina that's country for real. Back roads, cows galore, silos filled with sausage meat, I don't fucking know. But it's a real hick town, baby girl. Now, mind you, Bladenboro already has a reputation as an odd sort of place due to the fact that back in the 50s, a large werecat-esque creature was spotted several times in Bladenboro and is believed to have been responsible for the deaths of several animals that were killed in similar ways as victims of the chupacabra, where they had bite marks but were completely drained of blood. And it was never seen again until 2013, when a woman reported that she believed the creature to be responsible for the deaths of 3 of her horses and her pet bull mastiff, all 4 of which were killed in the same way, where they were bitten and completely drained of blood. Who knows? But what we're going to talk about today happened over 18 years before the beast was first spotted. What we do know is that a series of nearly 24 fires ignited over a period of 3 days and became the talk of Bladenboro for weeks. Now, mind you, that's a lot. Whether they were paranormal or just abnormal, though, depends on who you ask, which is to be expected in cases like these. The indisputable facts can be found in newspaper accounts of the time. These newspaper accounts state that between Saturday, January 30th and Monday, February 1st, 1932, a series of 20 fires erupted in 5 different rooms in the farmhouse belonging to C.W. Williamson and his wife Lydia. Items such as curtains, tablecloths, bed sheets, etc., all spontaneously combusted with no apparent explanation. Fires, boom, 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 all over the house. Hail to the no. Now, what's so crazy to me is that the surrounding items didn't A, have scorch marks, or B, have so much as smoke damage. So what the fuck is up? The case was the subject of many headlines that played up the mystifying nature of the case, referring to the fires as a strange phenomenon. They even called the Williamson home the House of Fires. Ooh, what's happening in there, baby? They got some fire going on. Kingfisher Syndicate even created a full-page story and photo package for their member newspapers under a headline referring to the Bladenboro fires. Now, for those of you who don't know, King Feature Syndicate is a print communication company that distributes about 150 comic strips, newspaper columns, editorial cartoons, to over 5,000 newspapers worldwide. So people all over the world were finding out about these fires in the small town of Bladenboro, North Carolina. So that aspect of it is pretty neat to me. Yes, I hate this state most of the time, but who doesn't hate where they're from? Bitch, it's still the tea though. Y'all can't tell me North Carolina ain't the gag. Now the first fire happened, as I said, on January 30th. It was late in the afternoon. In their dining room, a window shade and curtain caught fire. And then not long after the fire was extinguished, while guests were visiting the Williamson family the next day, a bed spontaneously combusted. I can't find any proof on this detail, but I have read that the bed combusted from the inside, which baffled investigators because there was no possible way a human being could have lit the mattress from the inside. But either way, the bed caught fire, and what we do know is that a set of bedclothes ignited and smoldered away. Yet another fire happened that day in the closet, incinerating a stack of papers, and even later that same day, a pair of trousers in the closet caught fire. So like I said, these things were happening boom, 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 all over the house. Every time you turn around, something in your house is busted and popping and snap, crackling, and popping. What the fuck you supposed to do, sis? To top it all off, I have read that it's their 21-year-old daughter, Katie. I've also read that it was a young girl believed to be their granddaughter. It could have been 2 incidents, but so far from what I've read, there's only 1 incident of this specific kind of combustion. So I believe it was one of the 2, their daughter or their granddaughter. But either way, a young girl or lady wearing a dress had it catch fire. This is a moment where I would have shit the panties. Died on sight, Miss Thing. Her dress spontaneously caught fire and she barely escaped getting burned. Barely, bitch. The last of the 20 total fires occurred on the afternoon of Monday, February 1st, 1932. I don't have any specifics about that fire, but I do know that is when the last fire occurred. And I do know that the Bladen Journal reported, and I quote, "The house is closely guarded and no one is allowed to enter. The family has moved out and particles of the burned materials have been sent to the state chemist in the hope that a solution to the mystery may be found. Mr. and Mrs. Williamson are citizens of the highest type and are in great distress over the unusual occurrences." End quote. As far as anyone knows, this mystery was never solved. It doesn't appear that the Bladen Journal, or any other newspapers for that matter, ever published any follow-up stories about the fires that happened at the Williamsons' home. Was it ever solved? We will never know. Like, let's just be real. We will never know, bitch. Many people have investigated. Fire science experts, chemists, police officers, private investigators, and no one has been able to determine a cause for these fires. 88 years later, any clues have long since been extinguished and are quite frankly gone, as the farmhouse was demolished decades ago. So there you have it. I have read some people believe it is a hoax. I have read where some people reference fires that were believed to be paranormal, and then it was discovered a child in the home had been starting them out of angst, and it's clear there were children in the Williamson home, so that could have been what happened. Then there's details like the bed being lit from the inside, which is even more frustrating because we don't know if that detail was true or not, but if it is, no human being could have done that. So it's just a really interesting case to think about and ponder on, I think, bitch. So let me know what you guys think in them comments below. Miss Thing, these damn gloves, I'm telling you, y'all. Let me know what y'all think down there. Welcome back to my channel. I could segue into ASMR. Y'all wouldn't be ready for that. Do multiple types of content. Come sit down with Mother Conch and we go have us a real kiki. With all of this crazy shit being said, I am Babs Money, aka Dragatha Christie. I don't have a magnifying glass, but we love to play charades. And I am signing off for now. Good night. Until next time, money chasers. Wham! Oh, shit. Who tried to bust me? Because they ain't correct. I gotta get up and go to God. Y'all gonna see a bitch melt, and that's not what y'all want to see on tonight. Bend her finger back, it's ugly.